So we're going to do a shadow reading. Are y'all ready to look in the mirror? You know, I have this huge mirror here that's super, it was my grandma's. It's one of those that shows your pores this big. You hear? That's what I use to pluck my little funky hairs that grow wherever. Can't see them anymore. I'm getting too damn old. Somebody tell me I got a chin hair, okay? Alright, so we're going to do a shadow reading. Are y'all ready for this shadow reading? Alright, just like you don't really want to admit that you got a chin hair, you also got shadows. Some people call them demons. Some people call them, you know, it's just that voice in the back of your head that's giving you hell all the time. Your shadows. Alright, you can't let your shadows control you. You have to learn how to control them. So this is a deck I made based off of a book I bought from Carl Jung. Alright, and research for these cards talk about a breakthrough of enlightenment, okay? So, let's see. Uh-oh. Alright. Oh, I always get this card, okay? I don't even think this is the right deck. This is not even the right deck. But you know what? I'm going to say it anyway, alright? Proverbs 29:11. A fool uttereth all of his mind, but the wise man keepeth it in until afterwards. So in other words, if someone's telling you something, try to soak it up before you make assumptions about what you know and what you don't know. Alright, frequently playing the victim. Alright, so if you have experienced lots of trauma in your life, it's going to be natural for you to have a victim mentality, okay? But you can't let it destroy your happiness, because everything will be a more negative, you know, connotation if you're allowing yourself to play the victim all the time. Playing the victim in every situation is a way to hide the truth of who you really are, avoiding accepting responsibility. Alright, so if you fuck up, if you screw up, you need to accept responsibility. That's shadow behavior, is hiding, not taking responsibility for your actions. Alright, it's a hard thing to do, but we all have to do it. Psychological projection is the next one. If somebody pisses you off, it's probably because it's something that you don't like. And deep down inside, that thing that you don't like was probably projected onto you by your parents or your loved one or someone who influences you heavily. Okay, so you have to be careful when who you choose to have around you, because they do influence you, not always for the better. Not always for the better. Alright, so I had planned on putting this on TikTok, but because I've gone over my 3-minute mark, this is going to be my YouTube video. So let's pull another one. Some of these cards, I don't know what they mean. I might actually have to Google it. Alright. Transcendent Anima. Alright, recognition of the unconscious anima. Alright, so this is feminine transcendence. Animals, recognition of the unconscious animus. I didn't say animals, I said animus. A-N-I-M-U-S. Recognition of your unconscious animus, or masculinity. Okay, so naturally our hormones are going to push us towards certain things, but also if you're raised around a father-like figure or not, it could cause you to attach to traits that are maybe not the best. You know, you may not have the best father figure or mother figure, depending on the situation, but basically this is saying that recognition of this masculinity. Okay, so for example, some traits, especially the ego, can come across overbearing. Whatever these negative traits are, you have to be aware of them, and you have to be able to overcome them. All right. Let me shuffle one more time. Analytic psychology. Carl Jung, somewhat unconventional. Okay, so that's just the top of the deck. Alright, so let's go on to the Hermetic Deck. Alright, because I feel like this is going to help us to overcome whatever the problem is. So I don't know if I really come up with a problem. Okay, so let's say that the problem is being overbearing. Very overbearing, very, just pushy. Okay, so, let me see. The Ankh. Alright, so this is all about energy and the key of life, the cross of life from Dionysic period. Okay, so this represents the key of life, or the soul. The ancient Egyptians is a symbol of life in itself, gold or electrum, or a gold or silver alloy. So you see that this looks like a cross, right? It's a little bit like the cross. But what this does, the Ankh, is supposed to wield power over the people. Alright? So how does this Ankh, which, okay, if you look back in history, you'll see that the Egyptian kings held an Ankh. And a lot of people just think that that represents the symbol of, kind of like the cross symbolizes the religion of today, the Ankh symbolized the religion of before. But it may be more to do with actually, some kind of energy, because the pyramids were some type of, they were right on a ley line. Okay, as a matter of fact, I have this new deck that I've been working on. I haven't actually finished it because it's very, I don't know, I just didn't know what to do, and then I had my deck and I was trying to figure out what to do, and Ancient Aliens come on, and I just took that as a sign, right? And guess what they were talking about? The ley lines. So I started writing down some information about the ley lines on this deck. Alright, so here's some of the ley lines, okay? The Bermuda Triangle is where the ley lines are. Well, guess what else is on a ley line? The pyramids. Alright, so what if you have this Ankh, which is made of certain types of what did it say? Alright, so there's not just one cross, there's more than one cross in this deck. This cross is the Rosicrucian Cross. So this is the power over the people. This is control over the people. So is it just a symbol? Or is it more than just a symbol? Is it like a sigil? Is it something that collects energy and then somehow controls the people? I don't know. Alright, so here's some more places there are ley lines. Mercado Haunted? Mercado? Never heard of it? I mean, obviously I watched something on Ancient Aliens about it, but whatever. Alright, so that deck is not finished. But the truth is, there are ley lines all over the world. The whole world is nothing but ley lines. And people believe that certain energies can be tapped into. And they even believe that you could time travel or something of that nature from these particular points to the other points on the map. Of course, they don't know how to do that, but if they did, do you think that they would tell us? No, probably not. Probably not. But, I feel like that is one of the reasons why, why they keep society, under lock and key for knowledge, Alright, even the Bible says that the knowledge is hidden. The Masons, if you become a female version of the Masonic tribe, like my grandma was, you have to promise never, ever to ever tell anyone any of the secrets that you may learn, and not even ask. That's the pact that you make when you become the female version of, what they call it, the Morning Star, I think, or something like that. I can't remember what they call it now. But your pact is to keep your damn mouth shut. Okay? Knowledge is power. And if that power gets in the wrong hands, it could destroy society. And as you can see today, that the power has gotten into the wrong hands quite a few times. And it brings this world down to its knees. We need high vibrations in high places. We don't need negative ninnies destroying the whole world with their negative mentality. Alright, so, whenever you are thinking about who to vote for and who to put your faith into, be sure that you really pay attention to that feeling that you get when they're talking. Are they on a positive frequency, or are they sending out bad vibes? Because if one person vibrates at a negative frequency, then everyone that they're reaching out to and everyone that's confiding in them is also going to be putting off that same frequency. And then you wonder why there's cataclysms, earthquakes. Your vibrations do affect the world. And so do the vibrations of the bees and the spiders and the trees. So next time you get out that huge can of wasp spray, just remember that every single vibration makes a difference. And without that vibration, the world is not going to be the same. Alright, so don't go killing off whole species. I saw that Australia is starting to go to the north. Okay? Well, what the hell is going to happen to all those animals whenever it gets so far north that it's too cold for them to survive? Okay? They're going to have to migrate. Are y'all ready for that? Okay. For every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. Alright, so not only do I believe in spiritual things, and I believe in science, and I believe in religion, it's not that I believe in everything wholeheartedly. It's just that the more you know, the more you understand how things work and how things work together. Alright? So if you are a closed-minded person, then you're never going to be able to put those basic informations all together. You're never going to be able to see the whole picture. It's just like, whenever you get your numbered coloring book to fill in the blank coloring book, it comes with all the letters and all the numbers, and each color is color-coded, and you have to fill it in. Well, you can't see the full picture until it's finished. But if you aren't careful, you can really mess it up if you're not paying attention to the numbers. Well, it's the same thing with society and with, anything. And if knowledge, it can destroy us. So we have to be so careful to make sure that the knowledge that we put out there doesn't get in the wrong hands. So even though I've taken a lot of time, to try to understand these things, maybe I'm not going to post this because that's a lot of information. Not everybody can handle the truth. Not everybody can handle, the situation at hand. We are in a a dire time of change, and there's a lot of cataclysms, and there's an awful lot of holy people that are they're just praying for the end to come because they're not happy. They're not getting their way. So the Bible already predicted what was going to happen. And I almost feel like just by the Bible putting that out there, it's going to come to fruition sooner or later if enough people believe it. And isn't that exactly what the Bible says? As a matter of fact, the cult that I used to be a part of believes that when the word has been preached in all the nations and all the land, then the end will come. Why do you think that is? Because every single person that you instill this knowledge to changes their frequency if they believe it. Alright? It changes who they are. It structures their mind differently. And the particular religion I'm talking about encourages you to turn your back on all of your family and all of your friends and anyone who doesn't believe the way they believe. Do you think that that might give some people some bad vibrations? Enough to break the planet? Hopefully not. Enough to bring upon some type of destruction? Hopefully not. I think they've already gotten pretty close. But then again, there was like 38,000 earthquakes this year. Be careful what you wish for. Be careful what you pray for. Be careful what you preach. Lord knows that the end is nigh, but it doesn't need to be because of our vibrations, okay? So if you don't believe in meditation and you don't believe in vibrations, then, maybe you've never seen the light, but I have, and it saved me, okay? It saved me. Whenever I meditate for an extended period of time, I saw a light, okay? I saw a light. It was just like the light at the end of the tunnel. It was almost like my brain turned off and like a portal opened up or a dimension or, I'm epileptic, so I freaked out. I thought I was having a seizure and I brought myself out of it right away. But, who knows? Maybe that was God saying, hey girl, what up? I don't know. God's never talked to me, but a lot of people do believe that God talks to them. Maybe they're not crazy. Who knows? I, for one, am not going to judge. If you are indeed hearing voices, I definitely think that you should get checked out, but I'm never ever going to assume that I know all, because I don't, and it would be foolish of me to act like I do. So I hope that this video resonates with you. I'm going to pull a narcissist card just because why not, right? We need to be aware that negative energy really, really does have a destructive path in its wake. Every single time that you think a negative thought, it is going to put a vibration out there that's going to change somebody. Alright, if you wake up on the wrong side of bed and you take it out on your husband or wife or children, they go to school, they take it out on their teacher, the teacher takes it out on the principal, and so on and so forth. And it's just there's no way that we can always be happy, but we can try to be positive. Alright, so we got personality swap. Empathetic narcissist. Alright, highly intelligent, covert narcissistic abuse. The narcissist goes to therapy, does meditation, yoga, to imitate the victim so that they can become the victim. Isn't that what we started out with? Victim mentality? I think that was the first card that we pulled, was victim mentality. Alright, personality swap. To keep the supply from leaving. It looks like it can be, looks can be deceiving Sorry, I'm running out of RAM on my phone, I guess. The victim gets a bad reputation, and the narcissist, who is 1, feeling unresolved, 2, has absolutely no empathy, and 3, no positive validation. They may feel confusion, anger, they may feel provoked. They're going to blame everything on you. They don't feel loved, they don't feel valued. And I want to say that this information I got from Michelle Lee Nieves, which is a coach. She's a life coach, but her information is absolutely vital. I really, really enjoyed doing this research, and I think this is more than one. This is more than one person that I'm pulling this from, but definitely watch out for that, because whenever you accuse someone of being a narcissist, then they automatically deny it, and then they try to pin it on you. And in order for you to overcome that, the only thing you can do is not tell them. Just don't even tell the narcissist that you think they're a narcissist. Once the cat's out of the bag, you're probably not going to get it back in there. Unless you somehow take the blame for everything. But if you're living with a narcissist, you're probably used to that already. Alright, it's been nice talking to y'all. Break free from the narcissistic religions. Break free from the narcissistic hate mentality. It's only going to cause negativity in your life, and I hate to say that it could cause the end of the earth, but it definitely vibrates, and the vibrations do affect the earth. Alright, y'all. Night, night.